What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy AJ,
It's your boy Nick.
and it's Hip Hop Vibes podcast. What's poppin' with you, homie?
What's going on, man? I want to ask about you, man. You were in New Orleans. Was it
I
last
was.
week or the week before?
Yeah, last weekend.
How was it, man?
A time was had.
A time was
Time
had.
was had.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. I was trying to send a video to myself so I could show y'all, but yeah, it won't work right now. But yeah,
Oh, that's what you say, huh?
time.
Yeah. No, you couldn't show the video.
I can't show
It
the video.
wasn't. It was explicit content.
A little, but just a smidge. Me and Ober had a good time. We had a good time.
That's what's up, man.
It was her birthday. It was her birthday weekend, so had to turn out a good time for her birthday.
Absolutely. What was one of your favorite memories of the trip?
Shit. So much shit happened that weekend. Hold on. That me? Yeah, that just be fucking fire alarms. But I know we just because our hotel was like not that far from like Bourbon Street. Like we're in Rocket Distance, like Canal Street, Bourbon Street, French Quarter. So all those places were like literally
that's the
walking
place to
distance.
be. That's the place to be,
Exactly.
man.
So we hit Canal Street a bunch of times, grabbed food over there. We hit up the mall that was down there. We hit up this one tall ass building. I think it's called Vue Orleans. I think it's called
New Orleans.
Vue Orleans. It's like a 34-foot building, and you can go all the way to like the rooftop and like take pictures like the whole city. Take pictures of the whole city.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The only downside is that it rained all weekend, so because of that kind of like messed a lot of things up, and it was lightning too. So like,
yeah,
do a lot of things. Yeah. I mean, at one point we were on Bourbon Street. It started raining like heavy.
Yeah.
So we were like stranded like in this one bar for maybe like 2 hours. It was raining that heavy.
Okay.
Then as soon as you step outside, you saw the lightning. I'm like, nope.
Gotta go back in.
I do not do lightning, bro.
No. Especially the hot and muggy South. You know what I mean? They got all the thunderstorms down there. Yeah, man.
But all in all, it was a good time.
That's amazing, man. I'm glad you had a good time. New Orleans has been a place I wanted to go for some time. I really, really want to go. I think it's one of the most unique. Even though I haven't been, it's one of the most unique cities. You know what I mean? Got the culture of it. It's just so unique. There's nothing like New Orleans.
And it was my first time too. So you got all the different like jazz bands, people playing and stuff at different places too. So that was dope. They talk about the history of New Orleans. Actually, Vue Orleans, the Big Tower joint, they actually talk about like the history of like New Orleans, like from like the music, the culture, all that type of stuff. So that was dope.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of good music that come out of New Orleans.
Oh yeah, and we definitely gonna talk about all that shit today.
Yes, sir.
All of that shit. But before we get into that, first topic, New Music Friday. I'll try to highlight new music that came out within the last couple of weeks that I got the chance to listen to. So I actually listened. This one actually just came out today. My boy G Perico, he just dropped an EP, The Click House. I got to represent for the West Coast real quick.
Who's that? Who's that with them on the front cover? The guy.
It's a producer. I forgot his name.
Oh, okay. It's a producer. Okay,
yeah. It was like a joint EP.
Okay.
But, they went off. Yeah, G Perico. I fuck with G Perico.
Hey, you like G Perico? He's got that like West Coast found. He said he does Jerry curls. He does like throwback shit as well.
Yeah, he got like that easy. He got like the Easy E style type shit.
He does, and even his voice is like kind of high pitched, sort of like a highish pitch. It kind of reminds me a little bit.
Exactly.
Like it's a little higher pitch, but it's real raspy too at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, homie went off. Yeah, so that was definitely a dope project to check out. If y'all haven't checked it out yet.
I think the first time I heard him was on Larry June's Summer Snow. I guess the first time I heard him. Yeah,
Summer Snow was my shit. I fuck with Summer Snow heavy.
Yeah, a sample's fire. And I think I heard him on. Was it Isaiah Rashad had him on his album or something? Maybe not. It wasn't Isaiah.
Oh no, he was on Dreamville's album. He was on
Dreamville. Yeah, it was some album that I heard like it was a feature from G Perico. I was like, this shit's fun. Like it was kind of like fun. Like it was kind of like funny. Like it was just light. It was just light. I liked it. I like how he did it. You know what I mean? His flow was different, very West Coast, but his voice stood out. His voice stood out to me.
Yeah. I love rappers that have like a unique voice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
distinctive. Like someone like him, Schoolboy Q, Jadakiss, like Danny Brown. I don't listen to Danny Brown like that, but
Danny Brown, yeah, for sure.
he definitely has a unique voice.
I immediately think of like Jay-Z back in the day. Like Jay-Z has a very different voice.
No, that's true. He definitely. I mean, he changed his shit like several times before he found like his niche.
Mm. Well, yeah, he sounds funny on Big L's joint. His feature on Big L, like way back. Fuck, he's like squeaking like a mouse.
The 7-minute freestyle.
Yeah, he sounds funny as hell on that.
Yeah, Big L killed him on that joint too. He tried to keep up though. He did. He
tried. Yeah, he was alright. You know, he was alright.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say he was trash, but he tried. What else? Oh yeah, another album that came out. Cooking Soul, their producers, they dropped a little EP. I think it was called Biggie Free. I think it was called. They basically just took freestyles from like other rappers and then like threw their beats on it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so they had like a Biggie, Jadakiss freestyle, Lil Wayne, Cameron, and I want to say they had Nas too. I think it was Nas or Common. No, I think it was Common. It was Common.
Okay.
It was a quick little EP. I think it was on like 4 or 5 tracks. But I think Cooking Soul is very underrated as producers.
I'm definitely gonna check that out though. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, Cooking Soul, they go up. They done a couple joints. Like they done some joints for like Larry June and all of them too. So for Currency. Hell yeah. Oh, hold on. But yeah, definitely check those albums out. Next topic is hip hop fact of the day. So this actually is the 30th. I believe this came out in 94. Yeah, this is actually the 30th anniversary of this album. Where's it at? There.
Oh shit.
Warren G, Regulate, G-Funk era. This joint is 30 years old now.
That's wild, man.
Like 30. I'm like, God dang.
94.
Yeah, man. And of course, it's a classic. The classic, Regulator song or Regulate.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg.
What else was on there? I actually don't really remember the other tracks.
I mean, the main ones was that one and just DJ. Those are the main 2 tracks, honestly. But then you had like Recognize. I've
heard that, yeah.
Yeah, not the Sam Snead joint. It's another one. What was the next one? And You Don't Stop, Running with No Breaks. But it was mainly like I would say I don't want to say carried by 2 tracks, but it was kind of carried by those 2 tracks, honestly. But yeah, that's the main thing for that.
For a second there, I was like, wait, who's the one that died, Nate Dogg or Warren G? For a second, I actually forgot. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
No, it wasn't Warren G. It was Nate Dogg.
Yeah, definitely Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg.
I remember one time Regulate came on in the car. My mom does not like hip hop music. She always lets me know. Always lets me. Yeah.
Ain't she from Queens?
She's from Queens, New York, man. But she's older. She's old. She's like, when she grew up, like her favorite artist was Otis Redding. So I told you how old she was. Aretha Franklin. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's the one of a generation that's like, what the lyrics, blah, 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 blah. When she heard Regulate, she was like, "Oh, I like that." And I don't know whether it was the sample from Michael McDonald sample. That sample was fire.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, not in love anymore. That joint, yeah, that's a dope.
Yeah,
song.
It is dope song.
It's smooth though. I always remember that. I was cracking up. I was like, "Mom, do you hear the lyrics? You hear me just say?" It's like, it's good though. It's different. I'm like, yeah, she got it.
I'm weak.
Oh
man.
Yeah, she's like that. Regulators. Mount up.
No, my mom doesn't hate hip hop. She doesn't hate hip hop. She probably doesn't like the newer stuff.
Yeah.
She like the like the early 90s hip hop type shit.
My mom only liked R&B. That was it. I remember growing up, she played Mary J. Blige and shit. She was like, I can't do hip hop. Like,
But Mary,
And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna listen to it anyway.
I'm saying Mary is low key hip hop though, if you think about it.
It definitely has that influence.
Right.
Definitely has that
All the
influence.
collaborations she's did.
Well, shout out my mom for letting me pursue my passions. She was still, you know, she was like, she'd say some shit, but she never broke no CDs or any shit like that. I know people that parents broke the CDs, and she never did that.
I had them all home, but all the time, bro. Like she would take his CDs and
then snap them up.
Yeah, bro. Like damn. After we paid money for it, like come on, bro.
Shit, man.
I remember like he was like the only reason he was able to listen to Nas's Godson because it had Godson in the title.
That's hilarious. She made an excuse for that.
He assumed it was a gospel album. He was like, all right, man. So he was able to get away with Godson. He played that scene until the wheels fall off.
He should have played. He should have played the cross right out the jump. She'd been like, "Damn!"
Right, like for real. Like, okay, this is legit. Here you go.
It's a good album, though. It's a good album.
It is. It's underrated.
One of the songs I bumped from there. That's like, shout out my man Omega. So he's one of my co-producers. He fucks with it, but it's called Book of Rhymes. The one that song, Alchemist production. I fuck with that one. He's just reading off of his like random pages out of his Book of Rhymes. So it's just these little fragmented thoughts. That's like one of my favorite tracks on that album. Sleeper song.
I think my favorite. Which one? Get Down was my favorite.
Get Down's fire.
Yeah. That was my shit.
And the one for his mom, Last Stand. I was emotional. That's an emotional one. Last Stand.
Oh yeah.
That's an emotional one. That's a good one too.
I think because she did just pass that point.
Yup.
Yeah. Good old Godson.
I feel like we're off track. I'm like, where were we talking about?
No. I was doing the same show. Like, what were we talking about? Okay. So now on to the main topic. So, like I said, I just came from New Orleans this past weekend. So I feel like it was only right. I want to highlight some New Orleans rappers. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like this. Yeah, keep us up for a second.
Yeah.
Chopper style. My wife got so excited when she saw your post.
She
got so excited, man.
No man,
Yep. Yeah, see Judy.
That's a joint. Master P, Juvenile, BG, who's back home now. Steam Murder, Silk the Shocker.
Yeah.
Of course, Lil Wayne, Turk. Who was Mia X, Mac Fiend? What's the other dude's name? Abel. What's the other dude's name? I can't remember their names for nothing in the world. Kane and Abel. That's what their name was. Kane and Abel.
Huh? I never listened to them.
Oh no, they were dope. They were super lyrical. Well, I ain't gonna say super lyrical, but they were lyrical. Young Bleed was on that joint. Magic. Of course, Mystical. And he's not up here, but Currency. Can't forget Currency.
He's in his own lane.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about that though. He started with Cash Money.
Yeah, he was definitely with Cash Money. He's been in the game for a good.
The first time I heard his ass was on Grown Man, Lil Wayne Carter 2. He had a feature on there. I was like, that's Currency. That's our first time, 2006. That's our first time I heard his ass. And then watching him go, I was like, wow, that's a different style. I like how he did his own thing.
I think the first time I actually listened to him was it Dead Presidents? It was off the Drought 3.
Oh, okay.
With him and Wayne. Yeah, Dead Presidents. Freestyle. Currency killed that shit. Currency's definitely been his own. Like you said, Currency's definitely been his own lane. But you got to give a shout out to Cash Money for like helping him out. And actually, in the Chopper Style video, you actually see. I think it was Currency. Yeah, he had the Currency he had a jersey that said Currency on the back, so I assumed that was Currency in the video.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah. I caught the gun. So I'm like, nigga, is that Currency? I couldn't see his face because his back was turned, but like, I'm like, Currency been in the game for a good little minute,
long time.
It's like a solid 2 decades.
Yeah, long time.
And still going off like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the crazy thing about it. Yeah, we could definitely talk more about that, especially the independent lane that he took.
Yeah,
independent money. That's some good money, man.
Facts.
That's some good
money. Of course, like with New Orleans, there was two big labels. You had Cash Money, and then you had No Limit. So if you had to pick one of the record label, which one would you pick? Would you pick Cash Money? Would you pick No Limit?
See, like I think for me, I feel like I missed No Limit in the sense of what I started listening to hip hop. It was kind of like too late. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really like 2003 or 2003, and I feel like Cash Money. I remember at that time. I remember I put on an Instagram post. I remember, was it after church? we had one of my boys. He was playing Slow Motion by Juvenile. That's what I remember. I remember after church, fucking listening to it in the parking lot. But that, I feel like for me, that's what makes it so obvious for me. Yeah, I picked Cash Money. But I still, and that's what I'm saying, like subjectively, because that's been my experience. But because I feel like I lived through more of Cash Money's like reign. And then of course on to Young Money too. But Young Money is his own thing. But yeah, I think even then, like if I was a little more objective and like taking a step back, I still feel like Cash Money's more influential. I would still go with Cash Money. So that's my final answer.
I feel it. I respect that. So I actually did grow up when No Limit was like at its prime. Because in 1998, these niggas released 23 albums. They released 23 albums. Matter of fact, let me pull that shit up. Give me 1 second. What's that? Share screen. There you go. There it is. I don't know if you can see it. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. And that's the only show, like 16 of them. But they released 23 albums. Like you had Young Bleed, Silk the Shocker, C Murder. They had I Got the Hookup like soundtrack. Sons of Funk, Bing, Social Slim, Master P, Cain and Abel, Mac, Snoop Dogg when he got signed.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. Yeah.
Big Ed, Skullduggery, Magic. They did another soundtrack. Prime Suspects, Gambino Family, Mia X, Ghetto Commission, Steady Mob, and Full Blooded. We Can't Be Stopped. Another like compilation album, and then Mystical dropped his shit too.
Wow,
that's 23 fucking albums. And I remember that shit because they were all over the motherfucking radio, bro. Especially Mystical and Silk the Shocker. Silk the Shocker couldn't stay on beat for nothing in the world. But that nigga had some tracks though. He had some tracks. Young Bleed, How You Do That? Yeah, that was my shit.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, some things that some things take the test of time. Yeah, but this is educational. This is educational to me. I didn't even know 23 albums came out. Wow.
Because I remember I was 8 years old when this happened. I was 8 years old. And this shit, like I said, this shit was all over the motherfucking radio, bro. Because I think I had to been like, what grade I was in? Was that 3rd grade?
Was it 3rd grade or something like that?
I want to say it's like 3rd. I think that was like 3rd grade. Yeah, man. That was a fun summer.
Hey, you remember the summer? I love it, man.
Dude, bro. Like, because I remember like going down North Carolina, and that's all I would hear. Like,
that's all you hear.
Down south, like that's all I would hear. That so like that shit lit.
I actually know what you mean because New York was mine. We go back to Queens for the summer, and then we listen to what was going on there. That was my kind of version of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, I obviously know a lot of the names because a lot of the names have stood the test of time. And also, Master P as like a hip hop mogul, and the respect that he has. Definitely. So who would you say though? Who would be your pick?
I personally would go with No Limit.
Okay, I respect that.
I would just No Limit if I had to choose one. Especially like since like Master B, like he looked up for his artists. He like, this house is in your name. This is your house. I don't own the shit. This is your house. This is your shit.
That's what. But Birdman's the same way though. Birdman's the exact same way. He asked Rick Ross. Ask all of them. He'll tell you.
Yeah, let Lil Wayne tell you.
Let Lil Wayne tell you. Yeah, shit. Well, that weird ass relationship they have.
Right.
Yeah.
But Master P really looked up. And like, even with Snoop Dogg, he gave him a 3-album deal. He like, after your 3 albums, you're free to do whatever, bro. And Snoop Dogg went on ahead and did his own shit after that. Found Dogg Style Records, and now he's owner of No Limit. I mean, not No Limit. Death Row.
Death Row, yeah.
So yeah, but I definitely want to play No Limit. Yeah, No Limit. Yeah, No Limit. Like the not early, the late '90s, early 2000s, especially the late '90s. That was No Limit's peak.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So I was a little before me.
Yeah, but and then C Murder got locked up, so that kind of halted shit. Mia started rapping because she lost like so many family members. So Slim ended up getting killed. So that a lot of that shit played a factor with No Limit going under.
Mm.
Then by the time that's when Cash Money really started popping, especially with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Started getting to his bag.
Block is hot. Yeah.
Right. You know it would be hot though if they had a fucking Hot Boys tour. That would be
a reunion tour. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Niggas would stop beefing with each other. Go ahead, get that money, man. That shit would be lit. I would go to that.
That'd be awesome, man.
Like Lil Wayne would definitely be the headliner.
Of course.
BG, especially since BG's out of jail now. You got BG, Turk. That would be. Then they bring Mannie Fresh with them too.
Like, yeah, that'd be crazy.
That would be a show, bro. That would be
crazy.
That would be a bomb ass show.
That would be crazy, man.
We need that. I also need an Outkast reunion tour too.
Yeah, you be waiting on that. Just one, yeah. When's the last time they toured? Was it like 2003, 2004?
I want to say I think they did a tour like 2014.
Oh, they did. Okay.
I think they did a tour in 2014.
Man, you gotta keep those mortgage payments paid. You gotta do something, man. You gotta get some money, man. Now, New Orleans has a very unique sound. New Orleans, you talk about like a Hot Boys reunion. Like I immediately think of like just the energy of New Orleans music is very unique to me. It's always fun and energetic. That's the two things that I feel like I usually get from it. But also grimy, all those things. You know what I mean? It's really got a unique hip hop history. It's one of those unique places to me.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
And of course, don't forget the bounce music.
That's the first thing I was thinking of, just like bounce music in particular. I think a couple of years ago, so we've heard in like the radio, you hear all that shit, especially with like, so I mean, I hate to always talk about him, but Drake, In My Feelings, right? Which is just like, it's just like a bounce. So it's like a bounce. It's so bounce infused, right? So everybody wants to do this and do that. So I started listening to like old bounce music, and that shit is so fucking fun, man. And
it's fun, yeah.
And watching the videos, it's just so fun. Like I love seeing people dance. Like that's people having fun. Like it's just fun music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, to me, it like epitomizes New Orleans, and you see like some of the biggest hits, like Back That Ass Up. Like that's like literally it's a bounce. It's like a bounce like song in a lot of ways to me.
Right.
Even Mannie Fresh said. Chopper Style is even, I would say, even more so. But like just structurally, like Mannie Fresh has said, like he was, even Juvie has said that as well. They were messing with like some bounce music and bounce sounds and stuff like that. And it's been so inspiring for so long. And like I said, like some of the artists that I produce for and shit, they want that. A lot of the female rappers and like they want that sound. That's been like super hot. I actually took a couple years ago, I took this like 10-minute recording of New Orleans bounce breaks, and I chopped it up into like 100 pieces, and I used it in so many beats because it was just so fire. Like just like the little voices and the little sounds and the horns and like all that shit. It was so inspirational. So I definitely owe some of my current sound to that as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bounce sound.
And they were playing, of course, they playing mad bounce in New Orleans, and it just like you said, it's fun to see people just like be lit and just have fun and just enjoy
Yeah,
themselves and shit, like
yeah,
without judgment, bro. Like
without
going to different
judgment. Yeah.
bars, all the different shits playing. Like a time was had.
The time was that. We'll just keep it at
Like I
that. We'll keep it
said,
at
time was
that.
had.
Yeah, man. You can hear it in the music, man. You can hear it
Hell
in the
yeah, like
music.
they just having a good time,
They're
bro.
just having a good time, man.
That
I
shit
love
should
that.
be, bro. Like not all music needs to be fucking lyrical
Fucking
and shit.
serious. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because I
And
used to be
you,
one of those people like, man, I ain't trying to listen to this shit. But then as I got older, I appreciate all types of music now.
yeah.
Like, you know,
It wasn't like
you need some fun.
serious. It wasn't serious enough, like lyrically at the time for you, or like you wanted like you want bars or something.
Yeah, I want like bars and shit at the point
Yeah,
at that time. But then
yeah,
I'm like, you know what? Not everybody needs to have bars, bro. Like
right.
you can have you know, you gotta have people to make the club shit. You gotta have people to make like lyrical shit. You feel me? You
Exactly.
gotta have, something that has a message, something that has, something sad, angry,
A
happy. You
little
gotta
bit of
have all.
everything,
You gotta have a
right?
little bit of all that. Yeah.
It's like seasonings for a dish. You know what I'm saying? You don't use
Yeah.
one. You know what I mean? Use them all. Yeah.
Exactly. Mix it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the
So, yeah.
same way, and I think like we'll definitely talk more about Lil Wayne, but you also can be lyrical, but also just fun at the same time. I feel like New
Oh yeah,
Orleans,
for sure.
New Orleans did that very well too. Like
The South
Wayne,
as a whole really does that.
the South is. I would agree. I think the South does that better than anywhere else. I say the
Yeah.
West Coast also does
Maybe
that
West Coast,
well
yeah.
too, but definitely not the North. Like definitely a lot of
Nah.
the shit that I was listening to growing up, especially like because my family, my extended family, my mother's from Queens, so like I was like any Queens artist, I'm listening to them. I'm listening to them, and even the artists that were from the Boston area, they were just it wasn't fun. Like it wasn't like they had like DJ Premier producing their shit, and like it's just not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? The New York sound is way more serious and just doesn't have that bounce. You know what I mean? It's not as fun. As some of the Southern shit.
Right, because I'm like, what New York song do you have that's like party? You got like Uchi Wally.
I fucking hate that song, bro.
Oh shit!
But it's true though. Like think about, especially that era. I'm trying to think of like a song like
Okay, like so hard to kind of like match because like at that point, because that came out what 99, I think.
I think it was like 99, 2000 on the QB's Finest compilation. So
yeah. So
that's
like, at that point, that's when the New Orleans scene was like really coming into prominence because like I said, No Limit, not by 98, No Limit released 23 albums, and then of course 98 was also when Juvenile dropped 400 Degrees, which has backed that ass up, right? Han, all that stuff. So that was a prominent time for New Orleans as a whole.
Absolutely, I feel like they had a huge effect on like the mainstream at that time. And back to one point I wanted to make too about like the East Coast, you say Uchi Wally, and like they're trying to make some hits. They're trying to make some like club songs,
party shit. Yeah.
I had the rest in peace, Chucky Thompson. I had the chance to meet him one time at what's the radio station? What's WPGC? I met him and he produced yeah.
Okay.
He produced Big Papa for Biggie. So because he was with Diddy at the time, and he told me because that was my question. One of the questions in the crowd was like, "Tell me about making that beat. Like, what was that process?" And he was like, "Oh, well, Biggie was really into like what the West Coast was doing at that time, and so he wanted to take like." And that's if you notice, you listen to that song, it's got that West Coast synth lead. It's got that little like synth lead in there. They took right off the West Coast because again, the West Coast had that smooth kind of sound, and so like. New York was looking for it as well. They're trying to co-opt that sound. But yeah, back to New Orleans though, they definitely got that fun sound. It's warm, it's bouncy. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks. All right, so we talked about No Limit. Now let's talk about Cash Money. Of course, Cash Money had Birdman, Manny Fresh, aka Big Timers. of course, Lil Wayne, Turk, Juvenile, BG, Currency was there for a little bit. Who else was there? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
I'm pulling it up right away because I feel like I know I'm gonna miss some people.
Right.
I mean, you got obviously all the heavy hitters, but
I think those were the main ones.
yeah. Of that era, yeah. Oh, looks like
I'm not
yeah.
because I'm not including Young Money in that joint.
Right. I mean, you forgot Blueface though. But let's get that on record. You forgot Blueface.
I'm weak.
Yeah, you forgot. I can't believe you forgot Blueface, man. We're putting him up there. He's not from New Orleans. He's honorary New Orleans rapper. I don't know who the fuck this person is, but anyway,
Jack Riz is in there. That's crazy.
No, he what the fuck? He like, oh, that's hilarious as shit, bro. He signed a Italian rapper who is the granddaughter of the founder of Lamborghini. That is the most random shit I've ever heard. Oh. And she put out a song called "Twerking Queen." Oh, that's embarrassing. I don't want to listen to that.
I don't think I heard that.
That is crazy as hell. Okay, that is wild. So the more recent signings have been a little more wild, but if we talk about the original, I think you hit the main ones. You hit everybody: Turk, Juvenile, Birdman, BG. Oh, there's a long ass list of previously signed. Wow, that's a long fucking list.
Right, exactly.
God, Limp Bizkit. What the fuck? They signed Limp Bizkit in 2014. Paris Hilton, 2013.
I feel like they signed was it them that signed for? What's her name? She was on Ridiculousness.
Tina Marie. What the fuck? Really?
She was on there?
Tina Marie, yeah, like the soul artist. That is wild.
Oh, that's wild.
Young Buck, bro. Young Buck. 96.
Oh, yo, Young Buck was with he was with Cash Money for a little bit.
That's crazy.
Like Young Buck tells that story all the time how like he got signed with them, but then like they were supposed to do something with Juvenile, but then Juvenile had left and left them stranded. Yeah, because Young Buck was part of UTP. That's what it was. UTP. Remember UTP with Wacko and Skip? Clap. Yeah. He was part of that.
He was part of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was with them for a little bit, and then he ended up signing with Unit after that. After Juno like kind of did him dirty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about Young Buck. He was there for like a brief period. Like when I say brief, I mean brief.
He was there for like 5 minutes, 15 fucking minutes. He was there and he left the building.
Right.
Ace Hood, Bow Wow, 2013 and 2015. They never even put out an album though. Some of these artists never put out an album.
Yeah, that's how I can't
Rhymes.
I can't count all these people because like they haven't done shit.
I didn't even know Busta Rhymes put it out. That's weird.
That nigga bounced all over the place. That nigga was with, I think, Elektra. Then he was with Aftermath. Then he was with them, and then like he just flipped all over the place. But yeah, man, Cash Money, like I said, like of course the hip hitters, you got like 400 Degrees, the 400 Degrees album with Juvenile, Lil Wayne with the Carter.
You said the Carter series, yeah.
Carter series, right? Mainly, I'm really just gonna count like the first three because by the time the fourth came out, that was like more Young Money than Cash Money. Well, that's still Cash Money, but
yeah. We should talk about what the line like. When did it change? Because that's interesting too.
Yeah.
Because it says here like literally on paper it says like Wayne was with Cash Money till 2019 or 2018.
No, that's accurate. Okay, he was with Cash Money.
And it says the same for Drake, but Young Money is his own thing.
I could leave Young Money out of it.
Yeah, I think Cash Money has like, for me, some of the most commercial artists. Like I mean, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's the elephant in the room. Like Lil Wayne's the biggest one. Like Lil Wayne is, hip hop legend who, I mean, really, yeah. I mean, when people say, like, some people say, I think he's the greatest rapper of all time. I think we've had people on the show that have said that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I would. It's a legitimate argument. I think it's a legitimate argument for someone to.
It is
for someone to say that, and the reason why I feel that way is because you look at his catalog, you look how long he's been in the game, look how successful he's been commercially, critically, even, and then also the impact he's had on artists. influential. Like Lil Wayne. I watched Lil Wayne like influence a whole generation of rappers. You know, I think of like the Barter Six, Young Thug. Like Young Thug wanted to
Right.
be Lil Wayne so fucking
He
bad.
did.
So many people wanted to be Lil Wayne. There would be no. I don't think there'd even be a future without Lil Wayne. I think there's so many artists that would never happen if it wasn't for Lil Wayne, and what he did.
Facts.
For me, honestly, I think I witnessed his influence more than like almost anybody else. I feel like I've seen a whole generation come after him. Like, wow, like Lil Wayne is their favorite rapper. You ask any single one of them, they're like, yo, yeah, Lil Wayne's my favorite. We all know it. We all know it. Like, so I just think and then just like you talk about like his lyricism, like, you know, he can rap with Eminem wants to rap with him. Like that says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he can rap, he can do everything.
He could do a raw song if he wants to. Some pop shit. Like he can do
it all. He can do literally anything. He was doing more traditional raps and he was doing his like auto-tune coding shit. He could do pretty much anything. So but I mean, for me, I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I'm just saying, like, I understand why people would say that though.
It's definitely an argument. So if somebody was to say that, I'm not gonna knock you for thinking that. I had one of my homeboys one time in college. She was like, "Yo, I looked at Lil Wayne as the second god." I was like,
"What the fuck?" He said a second god.
Second god. I was just like,
all right. His pastors like, oh god. He said a second god.
And he's a preacher's kid too. That's the funny part.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's starting to make sense. Okay,
I was just like, that's crazy.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
But I mean, Lil Wayne, especially because he said this is back in like 2008, and this was like prime Lil Wayne. So I mean,
yeah,
like,
I
look at like
that.
You had like again, you had the three Carter 1, 2, and 3. You had the Drought 1, 2, and 3. You had Dedication 1, 2, 3, 4. You had the Drought is Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like. My man just had, and then that's not even including all the features he did within that short amount of time. Like, God dang, every remix there was, Lil Wayne was on that bitch.
Lil Wayne was everywhere, and that was a cool moment to live through because it was just wow.
Bro. It was.
It was just like wow.
My man rapped so much he don't even remember any of his lyrics. Just so many clips of him not remembering his lyrics.
That's funny as hell, man.
I mean, somebody quoted him one time. He's like, "I said that. That was me. That's some fine shit." I don't remember writing that shit, but if you said I said it, ooh wee.
Because I don't even think he wrote shit. I don't think he really wrote shit like at all. He did it off the top of the dome. I remember I saw a video recently of him doing the Swagger Like Us like verse that he did. It was just like,
yeah.
But and again, I'll say it once again, like, and I'll tell you from a production standpoint, and someone who knows a lot of rappers, once again, changing rap in general, and the way that he was freestyling, because freestyling is the way like 95% of rappers that I know are doing shit now. Like everybody freestyles, but Wayne was doing that. He was, and there's other people that were doing that too. Even before him, like Jay wasn't writing anything, but
Jay
but like
we got it from actually.
Oh yeah, is that true?
Yeah. He said he when he found that Jay-Z did that shit. Then I think it was after. I think it was after the Carter, after he did that album. Like he went in the booth. I think he just threw his notepad away and just started rapping. And ever since then, that's how he did it.
I mean, listen, that's how shit is done now. Like it's just so. So again, once again, another way he's influenced rap music, like structurally, compositionally, he's done that as well. Yeah, I can't give enough accolades for him, honestly.
You can't, bro. You can't.
I really can't. Like, he's one of the greatest, in my opinion.
He is. He's up there. If you're looking at it unbiasedly, yeah, he's definitely like top 10. I'll put him in top 10.
I think you could say he's in the top 10. I think so. I think so too.
Just by off it, like I said, off of impact and like everything he's done in catalog, like his catalog is ridiculous,
insane.
Yeah, I'm saying mixtape albums and features. Yeah, his catalog is crazy. Like, who could he do a verses again? I know some people say Jay-Z, But I feel like Jay-Z has way more hits. Well, I don't know. I take that back. And then Lil Wayne had a lot of features. So I take that back. I think that actually would be dope.
That'd be really interesting. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. I think like, yeah, for the dual verses, he's got to have someone who has, again, like a level of discography.
Yeah.
And there's not that many that have that, you know, outside of, like, I thought about like Drake and Jay-Z, Kanye West. But I don't think, yeah, maybe him and Jay. I'm trying to think if there's like a Southern artist that I would like match him up against. I'm trying to think if there's one, but I feel like
the closest one would probably be T.I.
T.I., yeah.
That would be the closest one, but I think Lil Wayne will still win that.
For sure. Now he definitely will win that on many levels. I'm trying to think. I think he might be the biggest like Southern rapper of all time. I'm trying to think of like the biggest rappers from the South of all time.
When we think of Southern, you got Wayne, Ludacris, T.I., Scarface.
Yeah.
UGK. Oh yeah, UGK. You could say 8 Ball MDG.
3 6 Mafia. Yeah, I mean, I still feel like, you know, you go to Miami, like, yeah, I think honestly I still think he's bigger than all of them. Like, I think some of them have had periods where they were just as hot as Lil Wayne. Like Ludacris was super hot for a specific period of time, but I think Wayne was super hot for a bit longer.
Yeah, and I said this before. Ludacris's problem was like he came out when, like, you know, with prime Eminem, prime Jay-Z, prime Nas. He just came out at the wrong time.
Yeah. You said that before.
Yeah,
I got what you mean.
So he kind of got overshadowed by everybody. He still did his shit, of course, but he got overshadowed. And of course, Nelly came out around the same time, but his shit wasn't fucking diamond. So it was like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, Nelly, so, I forgot Nelly. I forgot Nelly. That's crazy.
Like Nelly's run wasn't that long, but the run that he had was
it was super white hot though. It was like he was at the top of the game.
Yeah. Like, there's only a handful of rappers, like solo rappers, that can have a diamond album.
Yeah.
I'm excluding Eminem because, you know, I'm excluding Eminem from that list, but like there's only a handful of rappers that like can have like a diamond album solo.
Absolutely. That's extreme. That's the pinnacle. Diamond is the pinnacle of commercial success. That is the absolute highest.
Because you get him, Lauryn Hill, Eminem, Pac. What was that? Does Biggie? I think Biggie too. I think Biggie. Life After Death is Diamond.
It's Diamond, yeah.
Outkast, Speak About Slept Below, but that's mostly because they were double albums. If they were solo albums,
it's how twice it'd be 5 million.
Yeah,
I don't know off the top of my head. Like, I don't know the numbers for sure, but I'm thinking like, a lot of the other big artists, I don't think they have a diamond album. Nah. You know, even like Hove or something. I don't think he's on. He definitely doesn't have a diamond album. And I'm trying to think about even more recent artists. Drake doesn't even have a diamond album. I was looking at. I'm a nerd now. I go on RIAA, the recording, whatever. I go on the website because I dream of getting one of those one day. I go on there. I look at what people are doing. Drake doesn't have anywhere near.
I think he has a diamond. I think he has a diamond song. But
he's got diamond song. Maybe I think he has more than one. But But the diamond album. No, that's. I don't even think there's. Trying to even think more recent than that. Travis Scott doesn't have that.
Nah, nobody recent. The most recent one will be.
I wonder if Cardi though. Does Cardi?
Nah, Cardi doesn't. She's close. I'm pretty sure she's close. 50 Cent's close.
Oh yeah, I bet 50's close. Yeah,
he's close. Like, RIA only applies to America. So
right.
I think he sold like 9.5 million. It's probably like 9.6 by now. He's close. He's like the closest one out of everybody. Cardi might be not too far behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Let's see.
Like Eminem has 3, Pac has 2, Biggie has 1, Nelly has 1. I think MC Hammer has 1 actually. Does Vanilla Ice have? I think Vanilla Ice has 1.
That's that's the one thing I was gonna say. You talking about songs, right? You're not talking about albums.
No, albums. No, I think
See,
I think he's.
that's the one, like, yeah, that's the one rebuttal I was gonna say to you. It's like I think there's a couple dudes that like MC Hammers and like the Vanilla Ices that had the one off.
No, MC Hammer has some hits though. MC Hammer got more than one hit though.
Well, I'm saying one more than one Diamond.
Oh no, Diamond album. No, it's just that one.
Diamond album, yeah.
The only ones who have multiple was Pac and Eminem.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. So now that we have the giant in the room, we can talk about some of the other ones. I feel like the first one I always think of is Juvenile.
Oh yeah, definitely Juvenile. Juvenile can sleep on. Juvenile has a forever classic. Back that ass up.
He has a forever classic.
He's making money off that shit to this day.
True. It is absolutely true.
It don't matter where you at, which club you at, what school you went to, black, white. It don't matter. When that ass comes on, everybody's dancing to that shit.
Yeah,
everybody, whether you can dance or not, niggas.
Bro, I tell you, man, that's been my experience. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure I fell in love one night. That song was playing. I'm pretty sure the night I fell in love. I'm pretty sure.
You just out here like,
tell you, man,
amazing.
I'm just like, wow, this is a moment. Oh my god.
Cash Money Records coming for the 99 and the 2000.
And just the way that, like,
with the
that's one of the best beats ever too. I gotta be honest, like the way, and from like a producer perspective, like compositionally, the way he did that shit with like those just the chords in the beginning, like it's just like it just sets the scene so well. And then the beat breaks out, like it's just it's the perfect. It's
like,
just the perfect.
You have one of the greatest songs when the intro plays and everybody goes bucks wild for the intro. It's just the intro. The beat hadn't even dropped yet. It's just the intro.
Hasn't even dropped. But it's like, see, it's like the anticipation. That's what it's like. It's like building up. Yeah, it's so good. Manny Fresh, man. Manny Fresh, one of the best. I'm telling you, Manny Fresh, man. Manny Fresh is like, he was really inspirational to me as a producer. I always really liked for him, in particular, the way he brought chords in was interesting to me. Like a lot of his stuff has, like, to me, for hip hop, more complicated chords than some other shit. You look at that song too, like there's a real chord progression in it as well, and that's not always the case for a lot of hip hop.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he also I love Manny. He always had great drums. And I feel like he's kind of like Swizz Beatz in the fact that he was always like a part of the instrumentation, like himself. He'd always be shouting on it, he'd be doing something, he'd be on the chorus or whatever. So he and then he had the bounce samples and had some horns and shit like that. Yeah, man, he's special, man. He's special. Yeah.
My bad. So I know I saw an interview where it's like when he was first like doing this shit for Cash Money, he was like, I think he only had like 8 sounds. So he made like all those beats with just 8 sounds. I think Back of Ass was included in that shit too. So I'm like, yeah.
And I'll tell you, from a producer standpoint, I'm not surprised by that, because I feel like that's where some genius happens. Like especially for a hip hop record, the more crisp and like uncomplicated you make it, I'm telling you, that's how you make a hit. Like that's how you make a hit. So he figured that out from an early age, even if it was by like, necessity. He figured that shit out. Like, yeah, bro.
Thanks.
And he also one of those pioneers. I saw like an interview with him a couple of years ago talking about the 808. He's one of the pioneers with the 808 in hip hop. Like he was all over the fucking 808 before it became like the standard shit, the standard sound. He was all over that shit. That was a big influence. The 808 then just like took over. The Roland 808 drum kit from the 80s took over. I mean, and people have been using it before. Miami bass music was heavy with the 808, but he just took that to another level. Again, that was super influential, especially crafting that Southern sound that would take over. Like after 2004, 2005, Atlanta kind of took over. That sound that he was doing with like in New Orleans, that also had an impact on all that shit too. So yeah, man, I'm putting him in there. He's not a rapper, but I'm putting him in there. Like I'm putting Manny Fresh in there. I mean, he's part of Big Timers, so you can count him.
Yeah, fast. That's true.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting Manny Fresh in there.
Ghetto booze with the pimped out
Yes,
with
sir.
the Gucci suits.
Yes, sir. I remember that shit. I do remember that song. I remember that like vividly.
And I think that's when I first really started getting into hip hop for real, and that song was blowing up.
It's so catchy, bro.
Yeah. I remember 106 Park. I think Cash Money had like 3 songs in the top 10. You had Way of Life for Lil Wayne. You had Still Fly, and then you had Oh Yeah, both by Big Timers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's when Cash Money's really starting to like blow up for real. I mean, they're blowing up when they had the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they still really started coming to their own by like 2002, 2003.
Yep.
Yeah, it was about that time. Yeah. So no, we're not talking. We gotta talk about Currency real quick though.
Oh yeah,
Currency
yeah.
Sure. He was with Cash Money for a good little bit.
That's your boy right there.
Oh yeah, Currency to that dude, bro. Currency to that dude. Like I said, he's been consistent for like the last 2 decades, bro.
You said, I asked you one time, you said it was a big accolade. You said, I asked you who's the best like stoner rapper of all time, or like I forget the exact way I worded it. And do you remember what I said? What I asked you? I was like, who's the best like smoked out rapper? Like I forget exactly how I said it, but I was talking about we talked about Wiz Khalifa. You were like Currency. It's gotta be Currency.
Currency's up there.
He's like the most. He's one of the most. So maybe I heard you wrong or something. But I remember you said like Currency's like been so consistent for so long.
He is. I made that tweet. I said Currency is the most consistent rapper of all time. Like he's been consistently putting out like EPs, mixtapes, and all that shit since like the late 2000s. Consistently. I remember one year he did a mixtape every month.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's 12 mixtapes for that
That's
whole year.
Crazy.
He always dropped them at the end of the month too.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, like Currency, the most consistent. He's the most consistent rapper out of anybody.
Yeah, that's
consistent than Drake.
Yeah,
Jay-Z. He was in his prime. Like he's the most consistent out of all of them to me personally.
Yeah. No, I see why you say that. If you have a high level of output, and then you're I feel like he locked in on a sound. Like you're more familiar with him than I am. Like I don't think I've listened to him as much as you have, but from what I've heard, I feel like he kind of figured out what his niche was, and he stuck with that. Like this is what I'm about. Like, this is what I'm doing. So it's like Currency's almost like who did I say this about? I think it was some last week we talking about Prince. I was like, Prince is like a state of mind. I was like, Prince is like a vibe, right? The Currency, I immediately have. Oh, I know exactly what the fuck Currency. I know exactly what he is. Like, cause he just has figured it out, and so that I see. That's why as well. Like you say, he's consistent. Like he also. It wasn't like he was trying to be a new rapper every fucking 5 minutes. You know, some people switching their styles up and stuff like that. I feel like he was very consistent as well in terms of his style as well. I still wish I'd seen him in Wiz Khalifa at the film.
Oh yeah.
He told me, I think about that sometimes. I was like, I live in Silver Spring now. I'm like right down the street. I'm like, oh, man, I wish I had been there.
That shit was that was a fun ass concert, bro. That shit was lit. Literally. I never forget, bro. This niggas had like a whole plate, like a plate of weed, like a plate of weed, like brought with him on stage. Like Wibbs would start rapping his verse, Currency would be rolling up. He finished that shit like that bitch, gave that shit to Wiz, and then he would start doing his verse. I'm just like, bro, like they had that shit down to a T, bro.
They practiced that, bro. They practiced that.
Yeah, they practiced that shit. They timed that shit perfectly, but I'm like, hey, yo, that's amazing. That's
a choreography right there.
Somebody threw a doobie on stage. I'm like, is that a doobie? Somebody threw a doobie. This is some 90s shit. I'm keeping this one. I ain't even gonna smoke it. I'm keeping it in my pocket. That shit was hilarious, but like that was a fun ass time. That shit was fun.
I'd see Currency. Is he still touring or is he?
I'm pretty sure he is. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
doing anything this year,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, Currency. Currency. That dude, bro.
And one thing I love about Currency, before we move on to somebody else, I also love the independent money route. So it's like
Mhm.
I love that independent hustle because I feel like, I mean, I'm not signed to any publisher or anything like that, so I can relate to it. But for one, but like two, it's like people sleep on how much money you can get like independent. You get a lot of fucking money.
Right.
If you wonder how much money he's got, look at his car collection. You know,
Exactly.
he's got some fucking money. And I think I just
and all that shit, bro.
I just love that. And it's impressive. And I think there's like, he's got so many offspring. I think of like Larry June and stuff. Like, I think of Larry June in terms of like just the like smoking and just also the independent sort of money and stuff. And Currency had that. He had that early on.
He did. Definitely.
Just like, and just that whole work ethic, like you said, putting shit out every month and like, shit. That's you can't help but admire that, especially somebody like me who works in music. Like, yeah, that's amazing, bro. I didn't know this, bro, but apparently Currency was it with No Limit in 2002, according to some random ass website.
So that was him in the motherfucking Chopper Style video.
Yeah, I think so. That's crazy.
That explains it.
That's cool as shit. So he saw No Limit and he went to Cash Money and he was like, you know what? I'm going independent. I love that
myself.
shit. He was like, fuck it.
And there was no hard feelings with any of them. So like, hey, he just wanted to do his own shit and it worked.
Yeah.
You gotta put in a little bit more work, but I mean, hey, it's worth it in the end. So fuck it. So if you had to do a top 5 of your favorite like New Orleans rappers or artists, rather, who would they be?
Put the list I love top 5s. I love being on the spotlight too. Yeah, it's so easy for me. Number one, so easy for me is Wayne. I'm not gonna list them in order, but Juvie, I'll say Juvie's probably second. Okay. Currency, Big Timers, and I'm throwing him in here because probably because I listened to his album like very recently. Actually, I don't know if I really can throw this guy in here though. He's so talented, but Jay Electronica is from New Orleans, right? And I think he's super fucking talented. I remember in 2009, I think it was, he had a couple releases, and I remember it was like everybody was going fucking crazy. Like
Exhibit C.
Was it
that one?
And yeah, it was Exhibit C. And I was like, he's so fucking talented, but then he didn't put shit out until 2020. And it was a Jay-Z collab album. Fucking Jay-Z is the first voice you hear. I was mad about that because I was like,
this
motherfucker waited 11 years and you're not the first person I hear. Like, fuck out of here.
Like, come on, bro.
But at the end of the day, what he say? He said there's a verse in it. He's like, I forget what he said, but obviously he was happy to have Jay on the album. Overall, though, I like the project. The project was good. He's a really great rapper, but I don't know if I can put him as top 5 because he didn't do enough. I feel like he had the potential, but he didn't do enough. But I guess the question would be who would I put next? I don't know, man. Mystical, bro. His whole style to me was so ridiculous.
Help the best.
In terms of just like pure entertainment, that's one of the most entertaining rappers, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. He's wild as shit. Like when I think of him, I think he's like the Southern DMX. So he be just wilding out on the mic and just making all kinds of noises and shit.
No, what they call him? Somebody called him the James Brown of rap.
The James Brown. That's good though. That's good. James Brown had all those like those I don't even know what to call them. Just the ad-libs, yeah. I think I'll put Mystical in there because again, like his sound was just so ridiculous. And I think about him on like was it is he on Move Bitch, right? He's off of that. That's like Ludacris. He's on there.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember
yeah.
hearing that verse. I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? He's just like crazy. The energy is ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
So I'll probably put him in there. I'll put him as
Yeah.
number 5.
Hold on, what is shorty? Oh, what's up?
So what's up? What are
This.
you doing?
You doing?
I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I was like, it's just different.
Nigga said,
Man.
I came to the club with my dick in my hand. Then let me have to put my foot in your ass. Be cool. Like what?
It was just like that's why I put him up there. The style is just so ridiculous.
It is, yeah. To be
It's
fair, I
just
think
so-
our lists are similar. Our list is similar because personally, I think I'm putting Currency first, then Lil Wayne, then Juvie, then Mystical, then 5. Shit, who I want to put for 5? I don't know, because Mia X was actually really dope. That's a really dope artist. Mia X was dope. You know, I didn't care for Silk the Shocker as a rapper. His music was like really good. Like the beat selection they chose was really good. I might go with Mia X.
Okay.
I'm going with Mia X. Yeah. She's super underrated in the game. I know she had to take a step back and all that. We'll give a little minute. But Mia X was definitely she was a boss for real. So yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. That's a good list. It's a good list.
Yeah. And final question for the day. If you were to do a versus battle, Cash Money versus No Limit, both in their primes, of course we're excluding Young Money, who do you think would take it? They both got some hits. Of course, Cash Money got back that ass up.
Yeah.
You got like Still Fly. You got
I don't know, man. That's a close
Millie and
call.
all that.
I mean, yeah, Wayne. Yeah, Wayne's got a lot of hits.
That No Limit has Make Him Say You got It Ain't My Fault. You got Who Do You Who. You got Mr. Ice Cream Man. I mean, of course, you got those Snoop Dogg in there too. So Lay Low. This was a lot of dope tracks. Oh, how do you do that there? Chopper Style.
Yeah, Chopper Style.
Oh, we've got, you know who else we got? We got Lil Romeo. That nigga was part of No Limit too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We got my Lil Romeo. 504 Boys.
There's a lot of dudes, man. Oh my god, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It said 23 albums. Oh my god.
23. And that was just in 98. That wasn't even everybody else that came after that.
So that's what it was. I think is an interesting question. You said in their prime. That's really hard, bro. That's really hard, bro. I don't know, man. I feel like that's a fucking draw, bro. That's like close. That is.
You know what we should
close.
do? I think we need to do a versus battle, bro.
Oh yeah,
like a versus battle. Yeah,
that'd be dope. I love that, man.
We should do that on the show. But of course, we can only do that shit like on Twitch and like Twitter. But I think
right, because they take us down. But yeah, that'd be dope, man. That'd be cool,
we should
bro.
do that, bro. I do No Limit stuff. I know more No Limit stuff.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be fun. Yeah, we can go head to head. That'd be fun, man.
Matter of fact, yeah, that's gonna be the next episode. No Limit.
That's it.
That's
Okay,
episode. It is.
That's gonna be fun, man.
Test that shit out. See how many viewers you get on that shit.
Sounds good, man. I like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say. We'll wait till next week then.
Right.
My prediction. Really though, that's close.
It is close. Big facts. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps everything up. Any closing remarks you want to say?
Nah, man. Just thank you, New Orleans. I appreciate it.
Thank you, New Orleans.
Thank you.
Like I said, a time was had.
A time was had. Yeah, that's what you keep telling me, man. You keep saying. I want more details.
Facts. I'll tell you after the show for sure.
Offline. Yeah.
Offline. Yeah. Can't get everybody details. Yeah, go ahead and shout them out real quick though.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Neighbors. I am co-host of Hip Hop Vibes, hip hop producer. That's my IG, Nick Neighbors Pro. You can get at me there. I also have a beat stores on BeatStars as my primary marketplace where I have 435 beats for sale at this given moment. You can lease any single one of them. You get exclusives, and you can get at me if you want custom beats, whatever you need. I got you.
There it is. Then I'm the other co-host, your boy AJ. Follow me on TikTok and IG at A-Tone Productions. That's A_Tone_Productions, just like I said at the bottom. Follow me on Twitter, Hip Hop Vibes, hip_hop_vibes. That's I post all my daily hip hop content on there. Listen to my radio show every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at radiofairfax.org. Of course, follow us on YouTube, Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. It's like a trial quest. You gotta say the whole thing. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good shit. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, and every other streaming platform. So make sure you follow us there, give us a listen, all that good stuff. And with all that being said, I'm your boy AJ.
Your boy Nick.
It's Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. Catch y'all next time.